What's up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And with that sip of hot coffee, we are finally going to give you an update on the OMI price action. It's been quite a long time, but I'm excited to announce that there's enough data on TradingView with the 4-hour chart that we can make some sense about the micro movement. And then we're going to jump to the BitForex exchange and look at the one-day chart and see what the stochastic and the MACD have to say about where we are headed. So we'll start out here on the 4-hour chart via TradingView. So let's get rid of my handsome face and let's adjust this chart so it fits just in the screen. I thought I had that done beforehand. Sorry about that. And while I'm adjusting this, I think that it's safe to say that we are in an uptrend. And that's not to say that this is going to last for another week or two or three, because everything is going to depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin decides to take a nasty correction, we might have a bounce down. But overall, even if we do take a nasty bounce down on Bitcoin, I think we're going to be safe from returning to the previous all-time lows. And I'll show you why as soon as I get my act together here. There it is. All right. Would you stop doing that, please? Let's go back to the right chart. Now, there we go. We're adjusted and ready to go. This is, again, the 4-hour chart. And please do not take any of this as financial advice. I'm just calling the market, calling the chart the way I see it, and giving a little bit of insight on what clues we find with these indicators so we can make better or informed investment decisions. Let's see here. So here we have a very, very, very bullish, nice overall MACD. Look at the oscillators. We were sailing down here for this period of time. We had our low point right here, and then we had the nice little peak with these big fat green bars on the histogram. And then the next time our low, it's a lower low on the histogram, but we had a lower high also. But look at the oscillators just coming on up to super bullish territory. And we have another peak. We did take out the previous high on the histogram with the MACD printing these green bars, this set right now. And so overall, since we have been on TradingView printing this data, this is looking kind of like an uptrend. And then that's confirmed by the price. Of course, we had come out of the box right here with the major huge spike. And then as always, you come straight down after an exchange listing. And then you find your true price. And that true price is right here in this range of side banding. Here we go, all the way to here. So we bounce up and down throughout this period here. Whoops, let's get an arrow there. Throughout this period, kind of testing the why can't I get that right? It's just one of those days. You ever have one of those days? It's one of those days. We bounce up, down, and all around, hitting the bottom here, back to the middle, close to the bottom, and then straight side banding. And this I would call a breakout. So this is pretty nice. Ignoring this peak here, ignoring this, I would say that the peak that we have right now is a higher high, because the honest to goodness higher high would be, my drawing is terrible today, please forgive me, would be somewhere in this area here. That's our previous high, taking out the obvious spike that happens when you list a coin on a new exchange. You can discount that. That data is not worth even considering. It's not to my consideration. Now, when we look here, it seems like we're forming somewhat of a triangle. If we can connect the dots where there could be a possibility, I'm telling you what, it is very possible that we could form this flag, a pennant, and come out of that and pop out to the upside. And the reason why I'm saying that it is possible is because of the positioning of the stochastic. So here we are on the 4-hour. We had a cycle up that peaked out here. We came down only to the 60 line, and then we went back up again for another peak. We came down, and what do you see right here? Another crossover where the blue line overtakes the red slow line. The blue one is the %K, the red is the %D. So if it stays above, then we can expect the stochastic to return up here to above the 80 line, where we call this zone up here the overbought zone. The longer we can stay in the overbought zone, the more of a chance we get for these parabolic pumps. The MACD, on the other hand, which lags behind the stochastic, it looks like it's kind of peaked out. But what could happen, it could stay up here. If this stochastic moves up, the MACD oscillators lag behind it, they're going to stay up here too. And so then we would get some more of these green bars on the histogram. Overall, it's got to end at some point, and we have to have a correction. So these oscillators are going to do something like this and go to another full swing, or it could possibly just come down a little bit and stay up here in an overall uptrend. Now, whenever Bitcoin has its massive correction, we're going to expect that the MACD will have a nice downtrend. Now, we need to talk about whether or not we've seen the bottom, what's going on with the current price of where we sit, if we'll fall back and make new lower lows. I think we might have seen the worst of the worst. And with the point of control price just on the 4 hour, it's right here at 0.00297. My dollar cost average price is at 0.0027 roughly. I'm in the green again, which is kind of nice. I'm way in the green, being this high above the point of control price. But with the POC node right here, I think that might be the worst that we can get on a correction. And I'll show you why, as now we can jump over to the other chart on the Bit4X exchange site. Now, this is the 1 day chart, not the 4 hour. We have enough data here that we can look at the 1 day action. And this takes us all the way back to the time when I bought my bags. I bought in this area right here. That's where I bought. And then we had the massive pump, and we had the peak that went to nearly 1.3 cents. And my 1 million tokens were looking really nice in my portfolio. I think the value was somewhere around 13,500 for me at the peak. So I enjoyed looking at my bag at that time. Since then, I did buy on the way down. I bought somewhere around the 0.004 range, which was a mistake. I bought here thinking this was the bottom because I thought the absolute bottom would be this base level at the previous consolidation range right there. And it was not. As you can see, we broke through it. And we went all the way down here to the 0.001 range. And then we came up with this next impending pump here. But then when we established a new baseline, it was higher than the previous. This is what's important. I like the fact that right here, we established a higher base. So let's put a line right there. Now, if we turn drawing mode off, I can look and see what price that is. It's at about 0.0027, somewhere around the price of where I bought in, actually. I just don't see the possibility of breaking below that unless we have a major capitulation on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can go back down to 20,000 or God forbid 10,000 like some people think, then we could have the possibility of returning to, say, the base of this consolidation here. But I really think that would be it because there's just, I don't know. The value that we have right now is so much higher than what the value was during this time period with the new agreements that have been signed, with the fact that the drops sell out in a mere fraction of a second, with the variety of offerings, which means we have the regular drops and we have the blind box drops, we have the items, we have the comics. The value is so much higher than it was at this base. And so that's why I'm pretty sure this will be the new base right here. I'm betting on that. And it's exactly what I said. It is a bet. It is not a guarantee. Don't take any of this as a guarantee. I'm just trying to maximize my gains and maybe buy some more of these OMI tokens so that I'm really set and then I can finish paying off for all of these college tuitions that I got piling up across my 4 kids. And by goodness, they also need some new shoes. So that's why I have a strategy that I have created, and I will stick to that strategy to maximize my gains. And all the while, I'm not a cheerleader, guys. I'm not a VV cheerleader. I am impressed with what the project team has done. I'm satisfied to this point. I am still collecting the NFTs. My bag of NFTs is now at 385. Okay, so I do think that the performance of the token will have an effect on the overall value of the NFTs in the future. The higher that this token can perform, the better that I think we will do with those NFTs. So that's about all I've got. Post your questions and comments below. Sorry I took so long in creating this update, but I will keep you posted. And we'll see you next time. This is Carlton, and I'm out.